San Francisco. So ends your prelude. I know, normally you wait for me to sing before you start up the stairs, so I'm giving you 3, 2, oh, you're late. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So my name is Misa Malone. I am the Minister of Music here at Unity San Francisco. For those of you I don't know, you are welcome here, well and truly. We're going to have the music team come on up, and we are going to invite our Minister of Poetry and Meditation to come up and do our opening reading.
Today and every day, I am powerful. Today and every day, I am powerful. My words and desires move into creative action, manifesting into visibility what I have affirmed. With my words, perhaps the most effectively demonstrated power, I can cut someone down or raise someone up. Once I have wielded the power of my word, it will land and have its effect. My words ring forever through the universe, never to be taken back or forgotten. When I think of the depth and breadth of this power, I can become intimidated, scared, vengeful, hurtful. When what I want is of benevolent service, I want to be is of benevolent service, loving and generous, offering all whom I know and don't know the peace of impersonal goodwill. Today and every day, I am powerful. Can you know this with me? Today and every day, I am powerful. Thank you, everyone.
Do you know that you are powerful? Do you know that you are a force? Do you know that you are enough? Do you know? Because that didn't sound like I know. That sounded like I think so, maybe, but not today. Do you know that you are enough?
Yes.
Yes, just as you are. Absolutely, you are enough. Just like the air, plentiful, flowers that bloom in multiples, grains of sand uncountable. I am enough, and just like the clouds so beautiful, like the earth, billions of people, stars in the sky innumerable. I know I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am enough. Ooh, just like the air, plentiful, flowers that bloom in multiples, grains of sand, I can't count them all, and I know I am enough. Oh, just like the clouds, so beautiful, like the earth with billions of people, stars in the sky innumerable. I know I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I walk today, I am enough. As I open my eyes, just as I am. I am enough. 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 Just me. Just as I am. I am enough. Ooh, 'cause I am power. I am power. And I am peace. I am peace. I am love. I am love. has to agree. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. Just as I am. We are enough. Sing. We are enough. 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 You 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 are just as I am. Just as I am. Oh, I am enough. 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 Just as I am. Just as I am. I am enough. And so it is.
I just want to invite us to breathe into that truth. I am enough. Wow. With that intention, we can hold on to it throughout service today. If I've not met you yet, my name is David Montecalvo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Unity San Francisco. It is so wonderful to see you all here, both here in the room and online. We are a global phenomenon. We have folks reaching all over the world. And at Unity San Francisco, we set an intention every year. And part of that intention is a word. And so for this year, 2024, it is influence. And that song is so perfect for the term influence because it speaks to what we have that we can control within our own sense of being, influence. I am enough to change the circumstances in my life. May not be able to change what's happening outside, but I can change how I respond on the inside. And that's very hard. But we believe that we are divine beings, that we are all that there is in the universe. And so we can hold on to this intention, knowing that we can influence for the good. And as we're in the 75% of the year is almost done, and more than that. And so we can start to think about how we can influence this upcoming year. What are our intentions for the next year? And soon we will be unveiling our 2025 Word of the Year, so hold on to that. We at Unity San Francisco value each and every one of you, one of us. And so we know that we have the power to transform the world around us. And to anchor that truth, we have an affirmation. I'll read it once, and then you can read it with me, but you have to read it from your heart, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna have Misa come up here and call you out again, all right? And you actually have to practice it too, so don't just say it out loud, but you have to practice it. The affirmation says, I commit to creating a world of safety, equity, and equality. Let's know this together. I commit to creating a world of safety, equity, and equality. And so it is. If you are here and this is your first time if you are here in the room and you have not received a bulletin, please raise your hand and one of our lovely ushers will bring you one of these limited edition bulletins. We are actually designing some new ones, so these will be limited soon. If you're joining us online, please make sure that you're subscribed to our website at unitysf.com and check every Friday or so, check your email, and if you haven't received it, check your spam box. And because all of the bulletins, all the announcements are here and also online. And so if this is your first time, I invite you, even if it's not your first time, I'm jumping ahead of myself, if you have been coming for years or this is your first time, please fill out this connection card. It's super important because it allows us to send you some really transformative materials and also any updates that we may have. And if it's your first time, please let us know that as well, because we have a special gift for you, even those online. So if you're here in the room, there's some special gifts in the foyer. And if you're online, let us know. And we also have a digital gift for you as well. We believe strongly in the power of meditation. We need reminders of our enoughness, right, sometimes? And so meditation is a perfect opportunity to stay connected with that truth. And so we have a number of meditation opportunities on Sundays here in the room and online via Zoom. Reverend Elizabeth leads a beautiful sound meditation. The singing bowls, the resonance can help you stay connected and aligned. Monday through Friday, there's a midday meditation. So feed your physical body during lunchtime, but also feed your soul with our noon meditations. For the links to all of these, go to our website, unitysf.com. And our online, robust YouTube channel has pre-recorded meditations as well. If you are joining us online right now, you're watching us on Livestream YouTube, go to our website, unitysf.com, and click the Zoom link, because in just a moment, we're going to say hello in the room, and you can all come together. So now I invite you to stand as you're willing and able, make a joyful noise, make a joyful dance, as Misa leads the music team.
All right, do you know that you are the lights? Yes. Know this song, so sing out, Louise. Here you go. Right, left. My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes. I am aware. You know where your freedom lies. You can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You know where your freedom lies. You can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. hug, a fist bump, or a toe tap. Please respect social distancing. Make sure you say hello to our family online. Happy Sunday.
Hello, everyone.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday, good to see you all. I gotta scoot down, you know, they got this camera kind of low. Anyway, want to say hello, I'm board person of the day, so you're not gonna see too much of me today, but I got a chance now, so I'm saying hello, love you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Good to see you, Lori. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Frank, Burgoyne, and Stacy, and Nancy, and Emmy. Good to see you all. Happy Sunday.
Hello and happy Sunday. Love and kisses. Good to see you.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday.
Thank you all for being here online.
Hey, Kayla.
Thanks for celebrating.
Hey, John.
New Thought Teaching, believe in ourselves. All right, and I think we have more time for community celebration after service, but for now we're going to turn our attention back to the stage. David Montecalvo.
All right, everybody. Oh, I love to see the energy in the room is so joyful and exciting, and I'll invite the kiddos to come on up for the blessing of the children. One of the things that we hold valuable is this message of positivity and light for our children. And many of us who grew up in traditional spaces didn't hear very positive things spoken to us as little children. But here at Unity San Francisco, we can hold these beautiful divine beings and we bless them. And so we're going to say an affirmation. We're joined by Kayla today and John and Isla. And we are going to say an affirmation to them and hold them in our hearts. We can say it to these kids here, but we can also say it to the kids around the world and also the inner child in us who may not have heard this message. So I'll read it once and then I invite you to say it with me. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. Let's know this together. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We are in for a very special treat today because our guest speaker here is a familiar family, Reverend Deanne Morency. Her name may be familiar because she and Chris's name are here on the stained glass. She was our associate minister for many years and is a very gifted teacher and a thought leader in the world of affirmative prayer, among many other things. She is a senior minister at Unity in Marin, and so she's our guest speaker today. She's written a beautiful book called Discover Your Divinity, and it's on sale downstairs, and she's going to talk to us about this. But before we introduce Reverend Deanne on stage, I'm going to introduce Misa for our talk solo.
Take a breath. I want to leave my footsteps on the sands of time. No, there was something that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets, just something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I live each day until I die, and know that I mean something to someone in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, and I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, and I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want you to know that I give my all and do my best to bring someone some happiness, make this world a little better just because I am here. I am here. I live, I love, I am here. I do, and I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I'm gonna leave my mark so everyone will know you are here. You live, you love, you are here. And you did, and you've done, we are here. We live, we love, we are here. We do, we've done, we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Yes. And so it is.
That's mine. Thank you. Oh boy. I hope everyone here understands and appreciates what a gift that woman is. I would come to Misa and I would say, I have this vision for this song. It was almost always Beyonce. And she would make it work. How hard is it sometimes to remember that we actually are here to live, to love, to make a difference? I just finished doing a series at Unity in Marin on this book called The World Could Be Otherwise, and it's a Buddhist perspective, and we were looking at the intersection between Buddhism and unity. And for me, one of the most important pieces was this idea that we are here to be a beneficial presence on the planet. That's why we're here. That's like, stop asking why and just be here, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. And, you know, I love New Thought. New Thought literally saved my life. But we do have a tendency sometimes to get very internal. And so part of what I feel like I am here to be, to do, to share, so that I can leave my mark on the world, is to support this desire to actually be in the world in a new and transformative way. And for me, the pathway to that arose out of affirmative prayer. I was a mess, I'll be honest. I had lost my partner at the time, my community, my job, everything. I was just a bucket of tears, and they would not stop. And I was really close to saying, I didn't know why I was here. So I was really close to saying, well, it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. And I stepped into a New Thought community. I started off at Agape and moved into Unity. So I started at Centers for Spiritual Living, and I went to one randomly. I was visiting some friends in Providence, Rhode Island. I show up at that CSL, and there is an Agape practitioner there who did affirmative prayer with me. And for the first time, I actually felt hope. I actually felt like, oh, I could maybe get on the other side of this. Anybody in here ever feel like we're not sure we're going to get on the other side of this? Yes. And what she did was she didn't get down in my stuff with me. She acknowledged my pain. She didn't dismiss it, but she was like, and that is not who you are. She just kept reflecting back to me, you are brave, you are strong. She would say, you may not know it, but that is the truth of who you are. And the surety that she spoke with, her spiritual authority, resonated with the truth of who I was, which was buried under so much grief and loss and humanness that I couldn't see it or feel it. And as she reflected back to me the truth of who I was, like space was created. Space to actually remember something about myself. So, that launched me from a career as a professional actor and fight director to being a minister. Here I am. Because the work is so important. This idea of healing is so important. And so that is actually, Charles Fillmore says that true healing means to make whole. And I can tell you, I did not feel whole. But as that prayer happened, something inside of me believed that something else was possible. That there was a way I could live that would be completely different than how I was living now. It's a touchy little PowerPoint thing. So I'm going to start with this question. I'm going to end with this question. Who would you be in the world if you knew you were inherently whole? How would you show up in the world if you knew you were whole? All those things you think you're not? What if you didn't know that? What if you actually knew your wholeness? What could we accomplish in this world? What could we actually be and do in this world? So what affirmative prayer does, if you're not really sure what it is, that's fine. It's unique. I honestly think it's Unity's greatest gift to the world. A lot of our teachings have been absorbed into a lot of denominations everywhere. But this one, affirmative prayer, it's still ours. And it is powerful because what we're doing in affirmative prayer is we anchor spiritual truth. The big one, we align ourselves with that truth. And that shifts our understanding so that we then can transform and have a different experience in the world. So the biggest difference about affirmative prayer is we don't believe in a Santa Claus God that's going to come along and just make it all work for us. We are the hands, the feet, the voice, the beingness that is the divine right here in time and in space. And so what affirmative prayer does is transform us so that we have a new capacity and a new ability to actually be in the world from a place of wholeness and not from a place of brokenness. So I wrote a book, you guys. I could stand up here and talk for days, actually. People who know me know that's true. So I'm going to focus just on what I call the heart of affirmative prayer, okay? Just the heart of it. And it is, God is, I am, therefore I can. Everybody say it with me. God is, I am, therefore I can. Can you feel how there's an ease to this? Because sometimes people are like, it's so confused. It's really not confusing. God is, I am, therefore I can. And what we are doing is, I don't know about you, but when I'm having a really rough time, I can't know the divinity about myself. Maybe you can, I can't. It just feels impossible to me. But I can look out at all of you and maybe recognize something about God. I can look at nature and maybe recognize something about God. I can listen to Misa sing and whew, do I recognize something about God? So we have this idea of what God might be. And now remember, in unity, God is not a being. God is beingness. God is consciousness. God is a divine principle, immutable, unchangeable, which means it's reliable. You can lean into it. It's not going to change on you. There's no trickster God here in unity. You can rely on these principles. So when we're trying to recognize God in the midst of whatever's going on in our heart, the question that I always ask myself is, what would be useful right now? What would be useful right now? Can you feel how practical this is? What will support me in my prayer's purpose? What is the spiritual antidote to whatever it is that's alive inside of me that is causing pain and suffering? And how we answer that is what I call the qualities of the divine. The divine is a big, massive thing, isn't it? It's everything there is. It's one power. It's one presence. It's beautiful. Is it useful? I don't know. I don't know how to use that. One power, one presence. But I do know that if I just pick one thing, wholeness, that's useful for me right now because I feel broken. So I'm going to anchor wholeness for myself. If I'm feeling, as I often do, that I don't have enough time, anybody in here relate to that? The antidote, the spiritual antidote to that would be abundance. An abundance of everything there is. So we can have qualities of the divine that allow us to access something. Now, if you haven't studied Unity's 12 powers, these are great antidotes, spiritual antidotes. Pick a power, any power. It actually doesn't matter what power you pick. Pick a power, any power. Live into that power, and something within you is going to be transformed. If you haven't figured out already, zeal is one of my powers. All right? All right? So we get to pick. God is, right? First, God is. So maybe God is wisdom. Maybe God is strength. Maybe God is love or joy or power. Can you feel that? We just say, okay, if God is power, Ha, somebody's jumping ahead. Somebody read the book, right? So then we go from God is, this big God is, and we get to integrate it right here. Right here. It's not out there. We are not separate. No matter how alone you feel right now, it's an illusion. You're not alone. You're not alone. So as we integrate the I am, what we're being invited into is to let go. Michael Beckwith says 95% of spiritual liberation is letting go. So we have to let go of the small sense of self. We have to let go of the thing that we are so attached to. If it doesn't turn out this way, my life is over. Let it go, right? And we are being invited to stand in our spiritual authority, not our human strength, but our spiritual authority. And Linda and I, Linda who wrote the book with me, we call this being a divine human. We don't have to dismiss our humanness. I love my humanness personally. I think my personality is pretty awesome. So I'm all for my humanness. And I want to hold my humanness in this awareness of the truth of who I am. Can you feel how that's a much larger container for who I am? So as we're integrating the I am, there's all these things that get in the way, right? All the things that get, I did it again. All these things that get in the way. So some of us might have embedded theology. Right? We grew up with a God outside. We grew up with a God as a being. The idea of saying, I am divine, can literally feel blasphemous to us. So the invitation here is to really look at what that is. What is blocking us? Right? Maybe we had things that were said about us when we were a child. You are always getting into trouble. You don't know how to sit still. You don't use your critical thinking enough. Whatever it is, that stuff gets in there, right? And then maybe there's the stories we tell about ourselves. And these, I think, are the hardest ones to heal, you know? I grew up in a family where everything was dysfunctional, and because of that, I am permanently and irrevocably harmed. We say it all the time. In the mind of God, you have never been hurt, harmed, or endangered. In the mind of God, the divinity that you are is always whole. So whatever that story is, whatever people have told you, whatever you have told yourself, we get to say, what if that's not true? Just a what if. What if that's not actually true? What if I actually can heal from the wounds of my childhood? Anybody in here not want to heal from the wounds of their childhood? We get very attached to the narrative. So Charles Fillmore says this, I love this quote. He says, and I did make it gender neutral, because of course, oldie-timey stuff, it's all written in the masculine, so I changed that part, but the rest is him. If you are looking at yourself or at any other person in any way, but as the God person, you are really lying to yourself about yourself or others. Right, wow. We don't want to lie to ourselves. We want to stand in the truth of who we are, right? The truth. And here, I know it's hard, right? I teach this all over the country, and the biggest stumbling block for people is the I am. How can I be God? How can I say I am God? I'm not God. God is so much bigger than I am. And my answer to that is, yeah, God is bigger than you are. Just pick one part of God to be. Just pick one aspect. Pick one piece of what would be useful to you right now and allow yourself to be that. You don't have to be the all of God. Does this make sense to everyone? You just need to be that one thing right now. That one thing. So if we have God is wisdom, then we have I am wisdom. Can you feel that? Now, obviously, we can say that, blah, blah, blah. We have to do the inner work so we actually believe it, right? That it's actually alive in us, that I am wisdom. And that's why we have each other. Look around at each other, and if you're watching on the live stream, we're still looking at you too. But we have each other to remind us, right? To say, no, really, I know you feel completely inept right now, but you're not. You are wisdom itself, and you are going to know what choice to make. So we come together in spiritual community to help support us in this way. So if God is wisdom, I am wisdom. If God is strength, I am strength. If God is love, I am love. And remember, we're picking this because it's useful to us right now. Can you feel how it's our humanness being met by our divine self? We don't have to dismiss our humanness. We want to meet it with truth. So here's a big thing I want you to really get this piece. What you can recognize and what you can integrate, you can realize. If I truly integrate I am wisdom, then I can realize that wisdom in time and in space. To realize means to make real. And if you've been in New Thought for any length of time, you hear people go on and on and on. Oh, my prayer demonstrated. It manifested. Anybody in here hear that kind of language? What we're really talking about is realization, realizing something in time and in space. Not just in our heads, not just in our hearts, but actually in time and in space. It's an activity. So it's the awareness of what becomes possible. If God is wisdom and I am wisdom, then even though my humanness may feel like I don't know how to make a decision, guess what? My divinity is perfectly capable of discerning what is mine to do. It's a new understanding that arises, that is anchored in spiritual truth, not in our fear, not in our lack, not in our unworthiness, not in our humanness, that allows us to stand in the truth of who we actually are. Everyone just breathe with me on that for a second, right? Because this is the place where I think, so I am can be challenging, but realizing can be challenging too. Because we have to be changed. We can't stay the same and realize a spiritual truth about ourselves. Can you feel that? We have to change. We have to choose anew. We have to be the one that shows up in a different way. And I so wish there was a magic wand that we could just wave over our heads and be like, oh, and you're whole. It doesn't work that way, right? We have to actually do the work. And affirmative prayer provides us with a powerful process for transformation. To constantly be able to check in and be like, oh, how am I going to realize this? So sometimes when you listen to prayer, like I'll give the example of my brother and I are having a fight and we're not talking, and it's making me very anxious because I'm afraid we're never going to talk again. And so in that case, the antidote for me could very well be love. Love is the harmonizing power of the universe. So if God is love and I am love, then I can, right? I can be the one who harmonizes our relationship. I can meet whatever energy he brings to me with love, with equanimity, with a desire to connect. Can you feel how specific that is? As opposed to what we often hear in prayers is, God is love and your brother's love, so the relationship is just love. And it's so loving because that's the true nature of what it is, love. which is very true. It is all love. But I'm inviting you into the next piece, which is to say, and because of that, how am I changed? So if my brother meets me with anger, I know I am love, so I don't meet him with anger. I meet him with harmonizing, unifying, loving space. Is this making sense to everyone? Can you feel what I'm inviting you into? Charles Hasselbeck says, what happens in vagueness, Paul Hasselbeck says, what happens in vagueness stays in vagueness. It's so true in affirmative prayer. If your affirmative prayers are vague, then it just stays in vagueness. We want to get clear. So here's what we end up with. If God is wisdom, I am wisdom. I can choose wisely and well. I can discern clearly. If God is strength and I am strength, it means I can be strong and steadfast. I can have the courage and the tenacity to stay the distance. Can you feel how empowering that is? Not just saying I'm strength. It's no, I am tenacious. I have what it takes. I have the stick-to-itedness to be able to see this through. God is, I am, therefore I can. And the I can is the whole point of affirmative prayer. The whole point of the prayer process, the whole point of the movements of the flow, which if you get the book, you'll learn it all, right? The whole point is to support the realization of what you are actually capable of as a divine human. That is what we get to step into with this powerful process. So Myrtle Fillmore says it this way: God is life, we make that life into living. God is love, we make divine love into loving. God is substance, we take the substantial reality and bring it through into the manifest world. That's what we're being invited into. And so I say this to people, at the end of your affirmative prayer, if you are not changed and transformed, pick a different quality. Because that spiritual antidote didn't do the job. And that's okay, trial and error. It's like pick a different quality. If you're still in the same place at the end of it, then that means that there's another spiritual antidote for you to explore. And oftentimes, the one we're being invited to explore is the one that we're the most uncomfortable with. So just know that ahead of time. Like in my prayers, I don't really go to zeal, right? Because I have a mastery of that power. What's going to allow me to transform is going to be a different power, right? A different power. So the purpose of affirmative prayer is to align with whatever divine principle will meet, heal, and transform a false sense of separation. We focus the purpose of the prayer on what we want to realize and experience. And then we actually have to do it. We actually have to live it. And this is where affirmations support us. This is where other people praying can support us. You say, I know I need to be love in the face of my brother's anger. Right? Support me in the truth of who I am. And that is how we shift the dynamics in all of our relationships. You know, in relationship, you got two people dancing. And if we're always doing the same steps, guess what? The dance is just going to stay the dance. But what if one of us stops doing the dance? Yeah, it gets a little messy, right? We collide, it gets a little confused. But it creates space for a new way of being with each other to actually arise. Bayard Rustin, and if you don't know who Bayard Rustin is, you should. Bayard Rustin, he was basically Martin Luther King's right-hand man, gay man. There's a biopic about him on Netflix, which is phenomenal. And, you know, He wasn't closeted, but he wasn't also like fully out. There was some tension there. But he is the one that brought to Martin Luther King so much of how you get to show up in nonviolent communication. He brought Martin Luther King into the writings of Gandhi, right? I mean, and sort of worked with him to really create what we now understand to be the civil rights movement. And he says, inspiration, untethered from action, loses all value. And this is what I want you to take away about affirmative prayer. You can come away from an affirmative prayer feeling so inspired and at peace, and oh, that feels so great. And if you do not link that new understanding with concrete action, then it just loses all value. It isn't actually moving you, the world. And again, remember, I started this by saying, we're not here for us. We're not here for what we want. We are here to be of benefit to others. And, you know, the secret sauce in this is that as I show up to be a benefit to you, it's also a benefit to me. One of the things that Norman Fisher in the book study that I did says, he says, if all you are doing in your practice is focusing on self, self is an illusion. So all you're doing is perpetuating the illusion. And if all you're doing is focusing on yourself, what about everybody else? We are being invited to be agents of change and transformation in the world. And we know in Unity that it begins here as an inside job, but it doesn't end here. Inspiration untethered from action loses all value. So if you want to know more about this process, everything else, I brought books with me. Linda and I are leading an affirmative prayer retreat at Unity Village in July. And it's really, if you haven't been to the village, it's a magical place. There's labyrinths, there's a nature preserve, there's a lake, it's beautiful, gardens. And so Linda and I designed the retreat so that we'll meet in the mornings and do some work, and then the afternoons are going to be open for your personal retreat time, opportunity for whatever it is that you want to sit with and explore, and then we come back in the evenings and we do another evening process together. So there's going to be a lot of spaciousness at this particular retreat. So if it at all speaks to you, the QR code is there. You can find out more on the Unity website. But it really promises to be a really enriching time, and you'll get to just be steeped. I mean, Unity Village is where Silent Unity, right? It is the prayer center. So you'll get the opportunity to actually be on grounds and experience what that is like. So my question, who would you be in the world if you knew you were inherently whole? How would you show up if you truly knew that? God is, I am, therefore I can. Everybody say that one more time for me. God is, I am, therefore I can. So let's take this into a time of meditation. I'm going to guide us through this prayer process, just to give you a sense of what it can feel like. So the invitation is to breathe. Whatever might have gotten stirred up, whatever's alive for you in this moment, I'm just inviting you to gently and lovingly release it. The invitation is to open our heart, open our mind, open into the oneness, the wholeness, the beauty, the love, the grace, the joy that is our true nature and our true name. And as we breathe into this space, just the invitation is to just recognize something about God, about the realm of the absolute that would be useful for you right now. Maybe it's love, or power, or strength, or understanding. Maybe it's joy, or light. Maybe it's life itself. And as you recognize this power, whatever it is that's speaking to you, the spiritual antidote, I invite you to bring it deeper into your own sense of self. Not your little self, but the I am that you are. So we allow the sense of separation of an individual to literally dissolve away. Feel the edges of how you understand your beingness become fluid and open. Feel that dissolving away, so that all there is this I am. And allow yourself to just know this. And silently saying to yourself, I am, whatever that is. I am strength, I am joy, I am light, I am love, I am wholeness. And as you welcome that, what is possible right now? From this place, who is it that you are being invited to show up and to be? What is possible for you to do, to know, to have? Can you have more energy? Can you have peace of mind? Can you know the truth of love everywhere? Can you be joy? Can you be fun? So we just continue to just rest in what is possible for a moment together here in the silence. How good it is to lean into these principles. God is, I am, therefore I can. And so I see each of us going forth today, transformed and made new, aware of a capacity, ability that is ours to make real in time and in space. How grateful I am for the opportunity to be made new this day and every day. And in agreement, I invite you to know with me, and so it is. Amen. Ashe.
Living for God has been my one desire. God is everything, everything to me. Living in the Spirit has set my soul free. I gave my whole life to God, and I began to see. Ooh, I had a revelation one day while I was in prayer. I had a revelation. I became so aware. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive.
God made me to reveal its holy face. I am the hand of God everywhere I go. And who I am matters to the Most High. I am the place for God. That's why I'm alive. I had a revelation one day when I was in prayer. I had a revelation. I became so aware. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive. I had a revelation. I am the place for God. I had a revelation. I am the arms of God. I had a revelation. I am the hands of God. I had a revelation. I am fulfilling God's will. I had a revelation. I am living love. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive. I said I know why I'm alive. I sat down one day. I decided to pray. And I know, I said I know that I am great. I know that I am great. 'Cause God is great. God is great. I am great. Well, you didn't hear me now. I said I know that I am great. I know that I have grace. I know that I am blessed. I know that I am blessed. I know that I have all I need. I know that I have all I need. All I have to do is say, I need it. All you have to do is say, I need it. Woo. Y'all better keep playing. Because you have a revelation. When you truly know that God is, therefore I am and I can. If God
change it, I can make it, I can create. If God is, then I am, and I can. I can do all things. I had a revelation.
Wow. I'm done. This Reverend Deanne, I said she was a gifted teacher. Yes. I've always loved hearing you teach. I've taken numerous of your classes. When I saw the tables up there, I was like, yes. I love tables and adjusting things, all that stuff. May we keep this revelation of our divine identity that already is, it's already there. We don't have to come into this place. We have to realize it. We get to choose to realize it and come into alignment with that. And that's what affirmative prayer is to me. And just learning so much about deeper and deeper and deeper how to access and live this is amazing. I am going to say about her book, it is downstairs. I do think it's probably going to sell out. So please connect with Reverend Deanne to get more copies of that. It's amazing, and there's always more that we can learn and dive into, learn more about spirit. Earlier in the service, we talked about the spiritual connection card, which, as a reminder, if you are here in the room, it's on the bulletin. It's in the back of what you already filled out. And then if you're online, there's been a link that's dropped into the chat, and there's a digital spiritual connection card. And so as I read the following 4 practical applications, I want you to think what resonates most with you. And hold on to it, because in just a moment you'll drop it into the basket, and Reverend Ken, our senior minister, will hold that in his intentions for the next couple of weeks. So, and yes, it's okay if you check all of them. All right. So the first, of course, is to get your copy of Discover Your Divinity. Reverend Deanne will be signing books downstairs. But to read it, and don't just read it. It's one of those books that's not just reading. You have to have a highlighter with it. So you saw it from here. Also, we will have this recording, this talk recorded and posted on our website, so you can revisit it as well. The next is to recognize the divine in all situations. What does that mean in the context of your life? What does it mean to align with spirit when there's frustrating things going on? The next is to notice resistance to your innate divinity. Ooh, I can definitely relate to the clash of when I was new to Unity, hearing that I am God. It was like, now I've released that resistance, and there's other resistances, but we can work on that. Notice your innate divine divinity. And then finally, I love this one. Practice this affirmative prayer strategy. God is, I am, therefore I can. So check all of them. You can do all of it, so you can scribble all of it. What resonates most with you? After service, today, right now after service, we're going to have a spiritual discussion group to discuss what this talk has arisen, what maybe doubts you may have, or what, kind of wrestle through what's going on in our spirits. And so that's going to be online. So if you're watching this online right now, stay in that Zoom room that you're in. And if you're here in the room, we're going to set up space in our classroom downstairs, and we'll talk through it. And you'll get to connect with all Unity San Francisco people around the world and here in San Francisco. So please join us for that. And we value the power of giving. Unity San Francisco is completely funded by all of us, everyone here. And Unity San Francisco is celebrating its 105th anniversary, birthday, this past summer. And for 105 years, people have been hearing this transformative message about how to align with their divinity, how to change and transform their lives. And giving of your finances is the step that keeps this sustainable. So please consider that. There's a number of ways in which you can give. You can use your phone to scan the QR code. You can go on our website at unitysf.com and select the donate button. You can also give via check or cash in the envelopes in the seat backs in front of you, and you spell million M-I-L-L-I-O-N. So yeah, yeah. And so to anchor this time of giving, we have an affirmation. It goes like this: I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Let's know this together. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive.
And to anchor this in time and space, we have a affirmative chant that we're going to teach to Deanne and Chris that they can take back with them to Unity and Marin. All right, it's called Prayer Changes Me. Right, you ready? Y'all know this. Here we go. Prayer, oh prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. Sing out. Prayer, oh prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. Last time. Prayer, oh prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. It changes me. Yes, it changes me. It changes me. Yes, it changes me. And so it is.
Amen. Ooh, thank you. So speaking of prayer, next Sunday, in person, Reverend Ken will be leading an affirmative prayer workshop that is a great intro to opening the door to this powerful, expansive, spiritual strategy that will change your life, that will change you. It's the Affirmative Prayer Workshop. It'll be downstairs. We are going to be doing an online-only version at in the middle of November. So if you're joining us online, we will have some info in the coming weeks about that version of the class. So please sign up. Please sign up ahead of time so we know who to expect, okay? So please do that. Our beloved friend, Jim Johnson, passed away a little while ago, a couple of months ago, and so we are delighted to announce a celebration of his beautiful life next Sunday evening at the address is in San Francisco. It's not at Unity San Francisco, but please, there's a link that is in our newsletter or email newsletter that has an RSVP spot for that, so please check that. It's an Eventbrite link. And we are so grateful for the legacy that Reverend Jim Johnson has left for us. You'll see his name that's in the stained glass in the hall. So thank you, Jim. And then next week is our Dia de los Muertos celebration. And this is a time in which we honor those who have gone before us. And so we will be having a digital ofrenda, so meaning a digital altar to remember our loved ones who passed away. So please send them to office@unitysf.com by Friday, okay? So do not do it Sunday, or else it won't make it into the digital presentation. But so this week, because we want to honor and celebrate those who have gone before us. And this is a beautiful service. Reverend Ken will be doing an interview with someone, so you'll be in for a treat. And then last but definitely not least is our annual fundraiser is November 3rd. There are 3 components to this fundraiser, okay? The first is that there is a live auction. So come November 3rd, come with your credit card, your check, all that, and prepare to do your holiday shopping. The next component is a silent auction, which you can go to our website, and the silent auction link is available. And then third is a raffle ticket, and you can see Carol, who is selling raffle tickets. You can get $100 will buy you 15 raffle tickets, or $15 a piece per ticket. We have our raffle jars downstairs right now, and we're going to do a drawing next week, right? And so this is a beautiful way to sustain the efforts, this transformative unity message. All of those proceeds benefit Unity San Francisco and our programming. So please make plans to attend it. And then on November 3rd, you can get a free brunch, and we'll have some food, and it'll be a beautiful, fun time. So please join us. And if you would like prayer, our wonderful prayer chaplains are here in the room. They have the white stoles. They will hold the high watch, the affirmative prayer. They'll practice that with you. If you're online, you can submit a prayer request through our website for that. And then now I want to thank all of you for making Sunday happen. All of the teams and Reverend Deanne and Chris for joining us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Have a great Sunday.
And we've come to our closing song. Always looking for opportunities for you to join and lift your voices and share your gifts with us, whether you are online at home, singing out loud, or you're in the room singing out loud. Someone invites you to stand as you are willing and able, whether in time and space or in consciousness, and join us as we sing the power of one, because it truly takes one to change the world. Amen? Oh, see, I'm sorry. It takes one to change the world. Yeah. All right, y'all here. All right. What if it all depended on me to change the world, to change the world? What if my only responsibility was to change the world, change the world? Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world. It all begins with one, the power of one, joining the hundreds of millions of people believing in one, the power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down and believe we can change the world together. We can change the world together. On piano and guitar. What kind of love can conquer disease and change the world? Change the world. What can I do to make poverty history and change the world? Change the world. Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world, to the children of the world. It all begins with one, the power of one, joining the hundreds of millions of people believing in one, the power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down and believe we can change the world together. We can change the world together. Please don't close your eyes. Please don't turn away. Let our voices rise. Put love on display and make a difference now. If we believe, you and me can make a difference now. All right, we have our spiritual affirmations. So earlier there were spiritual practices. These are I am statements that you are going to speak into existence, standing in your conviction and using all of your authority, yes?
Yes.
All right, so first, I read, discover your divinity.
I read, discover your divinity.
I recognize the divine in all situations.
I recognize the divine in all situations.
I notice resistance to my innate divinity.
I notice resistance to my innate divinity.
I practice affirmative prayer. God is, I am, therefore I can.
I practice affirmative prayer. God is, I am, therefore I can.
That sounds so good, we're gonna do it again. God is, I am, therefore I can. Yo.
God is, I am, therefore I can.
Yes. Please don't close your eyes. Please don't turn away. Let our voices rise. Put love on display and make a difference now. If we believe, you and me can make a difference now. It all begins with one, the power of one, joining the hundreds of millions of people believing in one, the power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down and believe we can change the world together. We can change the world together. We can change the world together. It all begins with one. It all begins with one. You and me can make it. You and me can make it. You and me can make it better together. You and me can make it. You and me can make it. You and me can make it better together. It all begins with one. It all begins with one. Happy Sunday! 1, 2, 3. It all begins with one. It all begins with one. It all begins with
Hey, beautiful unitics, as some like to call you. Everybody looks gorgeous. Hey, Emmy. Hi, Jen.